Hi, my name is Vivi. Thank you for letting me show you one of my cases that I have worked with as an entry-level designer. So the first one was, what problem was I trying to solve in this case? And I will take this in Danish. So Dextran er en B2B-kunde. Det, de laver, er et vandopløseligt materiale, som kan bruges i flere forskellige brancher. Her snakker vi om medicinalen, foto, landbrugsindustrien. En af deres største udfordringer var, at deres kunder havde rigtig svært ved at finde relevante dokumenter på platformen. Det kunne også være certifikater og produktinformation. Det gjorde jo, at informationsarkitekturen var rigtig komplekst og super svært at navigere i. Who was the user or target group? And I will take this in English from now on. So the users of this product was primarily B2B customers. We are talking about professionals within medical, pharmaceutical, and including universities. But what was my personal role in this case? Well, my role was to help the UX and design process from research to design and testing. I always try to work in a very structured way, so using design thinking and atomic design principles are very familiar to me. To understand their needs, I conducted some customer interviews with existing customers to better understanding their workflows and frustrations that they might have. After that, I analyzed the data by mapping insights into some affinity diagram, as you can see here, to help me to identify themes and key pain points there might be. Based on these findings, I create customer journey maps to visualize the user experience from awareness to the end product. Yes, and then I start to design. I started with designing core UI components. So as you can see here, it is some buttons I have designed in variants, and these are gradually built into a scalable design system. After the final design, I want to validate if the new solutions is actually efficiently or how efficiently it is. And I do that by doing some usability testing, using, in this case, semi-structured interviews and some task-based testing to evaluate if the users can complete important actions more efficiently. So some of the important design decisions I have made in this project is probably interviewing, because I had to interview with someone from Italy, Canada, and Norway. And I learned that there are cultural differences which affected how they understood the products, the platform structure, and terminology. This also showed me that users outside Denmark can understand the information architecture very different, or in a very different ways. And because of that, I highlighted the need for a more globally intuitive experience. I also did some behavioral archetypes instead of traditional personas. I believe personas can sometimes oversimplify users by representing an entire group of people through one fictional person. So, with behavioral archetypes, that allowed me to focus on shared behaviors, goals, and decision making patterns instead. This also made the user or customer journey map more precisely and also more valuable in the end. Yes, what feedback did I get or constraints? So one of my check-ins with a stakeholder from Dextran, he like explained me that customers they actually could only request quotations up to a specific amount of this product. So we are talking about 5 kilos. And this actually changed the flow a lot because users could not directly purchase products through a traditional e-commerce checkout. So instead, the platform needed a more clear quotation request journey, which required rethinking parts of the user flow and, yeah, in the UX logic in general. At last, I also explored some AI tools like Figma Maker and Nano Banana. So here you can see the product catalog that's made with Nano Banana and all these pictures you see here. And the reason was I wanted to create more realistic prototypes and visual concepts. This actually also helped communicate the vision more effectively to stakeholders from Dextran. And it also made it easier for users during testing to understand the intended experience here. And I got a really great feedback on that. Some improvements I will have done if I continued. Well, I would probably spend more time on researching before moving into design, because what I learned is that strong research can save time later in the process, and time is also money. Something else I would love to integrate is accessibility considerations earlier into the design system, since accessibility was introduced later in the process. I had to revisit several components and rethink how to apply accessibility standards consistently. Yeah, and the last one is potential sales. I would like to focus more on how we can get new customers on the platform and how we can get more potential sales, because the current design as it is now, there's no focused on that. So and I would love to help the business benchmark so the platform not only supports existing customers but also creates value for future business goals and growth. Thank you for the time. See you.